I just do not know what to do. If it is true, there is a chance we could strike a blow which could end this war before it begins.
And send a powerful message. Other lords watch this unfold, and if we allow Lord Verstrick to carry out any victory whatsoever, we risk inspiring revolt across the land. His cavalry has begun moving. They are exposed, and by dawn will be in the valleys.
Your Majesty, we will need to commit both cavalry and archers. It's a big risk. It leaves us exposed both here and on the battlefield tomorrow.
Cavalry such as this is easy work, especially in these valleys. They're amazed if you've done other lands, but I do. I could take them out with a handful of ground forces and archers. It's a bloodbath waiting to happen.
Bloodbath, you're eager to happen. You're too eager for death.
A clean, decisive victory is all that it will take to end this conflict once and for all. I'd rather massacre a few to save thousands from dying as the war continues.
And what losses do we suffer? I am lucky that it has been at least 20 years since I have led my army to war. But as I remember it, there was rarely a clean victory had, decisive or otherwise.
It's only clean when played out on maps.
Dutch, you haven't given me your usual opinion. Are you ill?
No, just unsure.
I'd rather you be ill.
You're wrong to assume this will be a quick and clean conflict, Ark. But I do agree it would be best to end this war quickly. But perhaps the sword isn't the answer.
No. Unless we're defending ourselves.
Even then, we risk provocation.
In the name of God, are you a coward?
No, just a pirate.
My lords, we have news of Lord Vestra's cavalry.
You already know, Elfor. It seems your vision is less swift than my scouts.
Then we should muster our defences if the Blackwings are attacking.
It can't be. The Blackwings? Here?
Who are the Blackwings?
They bring death, my Lord Ark. Your Majesty, Vestrid has begun seeking darker powers to help him win this war. He is enlisting some reckless but dangerous sorceress into his army. And an alliance with the Blackwings can only mean one thing.
Queen Alia.
Surely she'd be dead for many years.
Elfor, is this true?
I cannot claim to know if Queen Alia still rides with the Blackwings. My lord, we must strengthen our defences and summon the warlocks from across the land.
We should indeed fortify our defences. We should use the time that we have here to make sure we withstand any attack. That is the truest form of strength. When the people across the land hear that we have fought back Velstrit and the Blackwings, they will know our power. We do not need to instigate a slaughter.
My lord, no. We can't stand back and await an attack. There is too much ground to defend. We can win this war with limited bloodshed and without resorting to dark magic and evil rituals.
You think me evil. You think my connection to the spiritual realm is a sin. That I'm a cursed being. I have an understanding of this world's magic and power that you will never understand. You only know war and death. And you call me evil.
Do not draw your weapons in the presence of your lord, unless you intend to use them.
Ark had no intention of using weapons.
Trust a pirate to know a dirty trick. Interesting what you learn at sea.
Find it funny that which warriors consider fair and honourable when it comes to killing each other. Sorry I am late. I was drunk last night, and I decided the only way to deal with this headache was to drink again today. But we're out of good wine. So, Your Majesty, if we can come to a decision quickly, we can figure out where the next crate of wine is to be delivered.
Ah, my Lord Counsellor. Rare to see you vertical at this hour.
Well, as we are about to go to war, I figured I would adjust my schedule for you.
At least he's not a coward trying to avoid the fight. As drunk as he may be, he knows what is right and is prepared to take action.
Don't mistake action for valour, Ark. Standing your ground is not a coward's way out.
Nor is negotiation.
They will not negotiate. If Queen Alia is on her way, then you are about to face the most powerful evil being ever known to mankind. And your plan is to attack her with horses and sticks?
There are very sharp sticks. You do know that.
All the more reason to strike now, before they can amass a large force.
But if we must face the Queen of the Blackwings, it doesn't matter who else is with them.
And now they're coming for us.
Your Majesty, our only hope is...
Our only hope, Brathen, disappeared when the Queen and her Blackwings arrived.
They haven't arrived yet.
Exactly. So strike now. Destroy Lord Verstrict's cavalry before this queen sets a single foot on our lands.
And with your warlocks, my lord, we have a chance to strike at the Queen while she is vulnerable.
Yes, but let us think this through before we act.
We have no time to think. We must prepare our defences. This is not the time for ponderous counsels or foolhardy heroics. We must prepare our defences now.
Here, where we've already posed a challenge of war, while I agree it would be rash to run off into the night searching for a fight, we must consider the towns and cities that lie undefended while our forces are here.
All the more reason for the warlocks. My lord, they are in touch with the land and its people. They are not just weapons of war. They can instill courage to your people. Incantations that can inspire your people to fight for their homes.
Turning children and washerwomen into soldiers. That will ensure a bloodbath.
We cannot ask the people of this land to fight. Not when we have 5,000 trained troops right here.
Retreat to Stronghorn Castle, then.
Run? Run from the fight? That's worse than sitting here, my lord. We have to act now.
Cease your quest for blood. You want to ride into war knowing you'll receive but a scratch? You think me a coward for wanting to stand my ground? And yet you are not planning to ride into battle yourself, but send others in your place. You are worse than a coward. You are a tyrant. My lord, I must go. I have 800 of my troops here who I do not wish to see annihilated. We must return home and defend our lands if war is to break out across this country.
We can't win this without you here.
Who is this queen?
She's the dark magic wielder, who is believed to give the Blackwings their power.
It cannot be a coincidence that their rampage across the Freya Islands began after she rose to power.
They've been beaten before. They can't be that powerful. Why are you all so fearful now?
Because I killed her. Or so I thought. We engaged her and her Blackwings at the Battle of Keys.
You were at Keys.
Keys is over 3,000 miles away.
Dutch was the captain of the king's battleship. He also led the last defence against the Blackwings' charge.
After they had massacred every town along the Crescent Coast, we engaged them at Moon Ridge, where your father, General Brathen, was killed, along with most of his war council. And it was left to me to lead the defence at the bay. By some miracle or higher power, we not only survived but were victorious. And I killed the Queen myself. Things you learn at sea, eh?
Your bravery is legendary, Captain. But you know your victory was assured by my Master Chendon's protective powers.
I won't deny that as a younger man, I don't think I would have had the resolve to fight without Master Chendon's presence, whatever it contributed.
Chendon was a witch. He cursed anyone who refused to follow him. If I'd known you were his apprentice, I would have struck you down long ago.
Well, now you know, Master Assassin. Do your work.
I don't think you'd get away with it quite so easily, Elfor. What, with 5 witnesses? Yes, you are good at stealth, but not that good. Oh, swine is worse than I feed my pigs. Make a decision quickly. Swine is worse than I feed my pigs. Only when they're good.
You feed your pigs wine?
Only when they're good.
You all stand here and tell me what we must do. Yet I don't believe you truly understand what is at stake. We have not just a war to win, but a land to protect and its people who are counting on us. I hear voices spouting the roads before me. And, as Braithen says, we are unlikely to have to walk them ourselves. Whether we attack or defend, it is the men out there who will pay the price before us. And even then, some of you will be spared for political gains. It's clear there is no table at which we can sit with our enemies to discuss peace anymore. I must take some of the blame for that, and even if it were possible, most in this room would be spared a costly compromise. If you think the crown does not weigh heavy on my head, I assure you it does. So a decision, while needing to be made quickly, must not be made hastily. Remember that when we do decide on the fate of thousands of people.
It still remains, my lord. We've yet to make a choice. I've been here for over 5 minutes and all we've done is squabble. It does nothing to benefit us. In fact, it only benefits our enemies.
That's it, my lords. Inner conflict. Trust is never high among those seeking personal glory. We may be able to turn the Queen against Lord Vestrit.
How?
What would make you lose faith in someone who had made a promise?
Failing to keep it. Failing to show up for battle.
But the Queen is on her way to meet Lord Vestrit's forces by the coast.
Through the valleys that are maze-like.
Which are impossible to navigate if we could cast an incantation in fog.
It is possible to disorientate the guides, but the entire cavalry may not succumb.
Would the warlocks be able to help? To create a fog of the mind?
That wouldn't require sending any large force away from the camp. They can stay here and begin defensive preparations.
We need to make sure that the Blackwings can't send any messages to Lord Vestrit.
That I can do with my rangers.
Once Lord Vestrit's main forces attack us unsupported by cavalry, we will then have an opportunity to take those stranded horses.
And a chance to get revenge on the Blackwings.
And what of Queen Alia?
Leave her to me.